There is a gap in the industry today in dealing with large volumes of data, whether you're dealing with terabytes or petabytes of information. Hadoop fills the gap to really provide you a framework which is more scalable, more integrated, and elaborate, and economical as well, which really drives a better competitive advantage to businesses. More than 51% use Hadoop for the big data analytics. They're doing data archiving. They also are doing replacing data warehouses as well. In the industries, we see obviously a lot of these various types of use cases, whether it's fraud detection, content management, network analysis. They're doing smart metering adoption, healthcare analysis. So there are many different things which are possible with Hadoop. Hadoop offers you many different use cases, starting from big data analytics, which is the dominant use case with Hadoop. It is the use cases which we have done for decades, but we are doing it for larger volumes with Hadoop, such as customer analytics, recommendation engines are examples of those. We are also doing new big data applications, such as Internet of Things. We are seeing replacement of data warehouses and building data lakes. About 23% adoption is there for data lakes today, and less than 20% for data archiving as well. Hadoop implementations haven't been straightforward. We have seen organizations spend anywhere between a month to 6 months trying to deploy Hadoop. Based on our research, we have found that a third of the enterprises are spending more than 3 months trying to deploy Hadoop. It requires installation, configuration, management, and a learning curve as well. The second challenge we see implementation-wise for Hadoop is it's resource intensive. It requires a lot of resources. A lot of people have to be managing, administrating the cluster itself. 37% of the companies are spending more than 10 resources to deploy, implement, and secure these Hadoop clusters. Bringing all this data coming into Hadoop is not straightforward. You have to really provide a framework to integrate this data. Imagine you have data coming in with a timestamp and a value. That itself means nothing unless you try to integrate the data with some other meaningful data. The goal of this is to make it more actionable. The fourth challenge we see out there is security. Hadoop security has been evolving over the last few years. It still has gaps which really need to be addressed. If you want to put sensitive data into Hadoop, you really have to take a lot of measures like encryption, masking of data, access control. We're seeing in the industry most of the deployments are less than a petabyte in size. But I think as organizations start to deploy more of these Hadoop clusters, you're going to see this increasing in sizes. And larger petabyte deployments will take more time and effort. Workflow automation is an emerging framework which enables automated deployments of Hadoop from installation, configuration, management. Traditionally, organizations have written scripts trying to deploy Hadoop clusters, which takes a lot of time and effort. Automation really drives you and accelerates those deployments more than what you've done in the past. The first is increased productivity of administrators to install, configure, manage these clusters in a more efficient manner. The second is faster time to value. The third is minimizing human errors. The more manually coding you've done, the more errors, you want to minimize those. Automation helps you that. The fourth, reducing cost. Because you can optimize the hardware architectures with automation, you really can reduce the hardware requirements, the software requirements, as well as storage requirements as well. And last but not least is around standardization of these implementations. Hadoop offers you, many different benefits. Customers should be looking at deploying Hadoop for different use cases. You really have to automate the whole implementations of Hadoop. Why? Competitive advantage, automation plays a big role in Hadoop deployments. Organizations should also focus on data security, data governance, data quality. These are data management components for big data which are still evolving. They aren't as mature yet in Hadoop. So if you're looking at putting sensitive data into Hadoop, make sure you are putting encryption and masking into these environments. Hadoop is not an option. It's a critical requirement for big data management today. If you aren't doing Hadoop, you are missing on a big element, which is necessary for organizations to succeed and gain competitive advantage.